Yeah, I've just been thinking a lot about spaciousness today and what it looks like to make room for creativity to emerge. And I notice that whenever I sort of step into a purposeful creativity practice, immediately I have this expectation of results. Like as soon as I sit down, I'm like, okay, it's coming now, right? Whatever it is, right? The insight, the creation, the movement. And so today I'm sitting with the idea that part of movement is stillness, right? That if we are really here to honor the full flow, that part of being in the flow is being in the pause. And how much of a pain in the butt that can be, especially when we're looking for the feeling of progression or movement or evolution, and also just like what necessary magic it is. So, if there is any tiny little part of you that has any idea what I'm talking about, or is feeling at all stagnant or stuck, or even disillusioned, or frustrated, or anxious, all which are beautiful opportunities to notice that maybe there's an invitation for pause. Pause so that we might allow for what has been resting dormant, waiting for an opportunity to come forward to start to emerge. You know, forever, it has been my adaptive strategy to sort of like just start talking, right? Which is a great adaptive strategy, no judgment there, right? And it has been over the past 10 years that I have realized that, this was a surprise that not everyone is like me, right? And that in fact, in order to make space for everyone's authentic voice or creativity or life force to come forward, whether it's in a yoga class or a workshop or a training space or a therapeutic space or a friendship space, that is the forever dance, right? Sometimes of coming forward first, of being brave, of being open, and also of the relaxing back. And what I find again and again is when I first relax back, there is anxiety. And then next, something surprising emerges. So perhaps that's just an invitation, right? That we are not expected to be one thing or the other, that we are not operating inside of a binary in this practice or in this life, and that we can both be bold and forward moving and exploratory, and we can also be deeply contemplative and grounded and secure. Part of softening into where we are now is allowing for security, like the knowing what we need is coming. This is a reminder I have to give myself all the time. What we need is coming. And so the frantic desire to reach for it makes perfect sense and can be met with love, right? And to meet something with love isn't always to keep reaching. It's sometimes to reach and say, oh, that makes sense. And sometimes to soften and to trust that there is something bigger than ourselves that is moving energy through the web of the universe in such a way that what we need is already on its way. So just take a moment to close your eyes, to arrive in whatever is your present reality. And to just experiment with the possibility that you're right where you need to be in your own evolution. Not that it's comfortable, not that it always feels clear, just that by being present, you are arriving with the magic of the exact moment that you're in. And there really is no other moment to arrive in. And how can we greet the moment with enthusiasm? By expanding out. Expand your breath, expand your belly, expand your ribs and your chest and your lungs. As a signal to all of the particles that surround you that you are here and that you are arrived. That you are willing to do your part in the co-creation of this moment by arriving fully. If there's something you need to feel nourished, to feel held, to feel steady in this practice, don't hesitate to speak it, to say it, to name it, here and now for yourself. And for all of the ears that are listening. And we'll start together with a sound that calls us into presence. So it might be Om, it might be your name, it might be another sound that lets you arrive fully. Exhale all of your breath out. And then take a full breath in from the ground up. Deep inhale. Child's pose when you're ready. As always and forever, moving at your own speed in presence with your own system. And some deep, slow breaths here. Spread your fingers wide. Keep feeling into that expansion in all directions, throughout your rib cage and your belly and your hips. On your next inhale, rise up to tabletop position. Find hands and knees. God, and then stretch your right leg back behind you. Extend out through your right heel. Lift your right heel up in line with your right hip. Step your right hand in just a little bit underneath you for support and stretch your left arm forward, long through your spine. Take a big inhale. Exhale, bring your elbow and knee to touch underneath you. Inhale, reach out long. From the center out. Exhale, draw in. One more time. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, reach out long. Bring your left hand down. Right toes come down. Spin your right heel to the side. Swing your left shin back. Gate pose. Right arm reaches up. Reach your right arm past your right ear. Stretch long through the outer edge of your right foot. Take your time on this. You're going to round forward. Right arm swings you around to half splits at the back of the mat. Swing your left shin back. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, just fold forward, flexing the right toes. Good. Start to rebend your right knee. Tuck your back toes. Sweep your right leg up and back. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Right leg up and back behind you. Deep breath in. Step your right foot forward. High lunge. Take your time. Slowly lift up. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands to the earth. Swing your right leg up and back into the sky. This time, right knee to left tricep. Cross it under the body for fallen triangle. Lift your left arm up. And again, the left arm can reach past your left ear here. big breath in and forward triangle, and then drop your tush to the earth. Your legs are wide. Forward fold in between your legs. Walk it out. Little halfway lift. Make some space. And then fold in. See if you can feel into the relief of just coming back into your body after the day. Good. Start to walk your hands back in. Swing your right leg around for a twist. Cross your right foot over your left thigh. Right hand back behind you. Inhale, reach your left arm up. And then hug your knee or hook your elbow. Spin your heart to the right. Lengthening from the root up. Find a little space there so that the heart and shoulders can soften open. Good. Spin around to center. You're going to swing your right leg back for like half frog. It's at a right angle behind you and the left leg stays straight. Turning towards the left leg, take a big breath in and then fold over your left leg. You might feel your right hip flexor start to stretch a bit as your right sits bone reaches towards the earth. Another deep breath in, full breath out. Good. Slowly start to unwind. Sweep both legs out in front of you. Shake it up. Arms up, big breath. Exhale, fold forward. You can loop your big toes or hold the outer edges of your feet or legs. Collarbones broad and open here. Slowly rise up, lean back, balancing on your sits bones. You can hold the back of your thighs. You could not, right? You could stretch the arms and legs, whatever feels good here. Long through your spine. Soft jaw. If you like, you could come to low boat on an exhale. Inhale to rise up. Exhale over. Take your time. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. All the way down onto your back. Squeeze your knees in. Happy baby pose. Or any other hug of the knees in. Something that feels good on the low back here. Hold the back of your thighs, start to rock. Rocking up to chair pose, build a little momentum, and then stretch your arms. Good, bring your hands in towards your heart. Take a big breath in, roll your shoulders back, and twist to the right. Left elbow or left arm outside your right knee. Fill your whole container with breath here. See how it changes it from waiting and squeezing to expanding. Good. Inhale to stand tall. Hug your left knee in towards your chest. Stretch it back. Warrior 3. Any arms that feel good. Step back. Warrior 1. Foot to the earth. Reach your arms up. Big breath in. Exhale, high plank, hands down, step your right foot back. Breathe in deep. Exhale, lower, however feels good for you. Inhale, heart open, cobra or up dog. And slowly back to downward facing dog. 3 slow breaths. If you feel tight energetically or physically, try widening your hands and feet a little bit. Just give yourself a little more room to wiggle and sway. When you're ready, lift your heels, bend your knees, come down to tabletop position. Just a gentle cat-cow tilt. Come back to neutral spine. When you're ready, we're gonna stretch the left heel back. Extend out. You might feel a nice calf stretch there. And if you like, you could lift your left heel up in line with your left hip. Maybe right arm reaches forward. If the left arm is buckling, step the left hand in a little bit. Take an inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, expand out for the full inhale. And take the full exhale to curl in around your navel. One more time, inhale, reach. Exhale, draw it in. Good, stretch it out long. Right hand down, step your left foot back, spin your heel down, shin behind you, gate pose. Left arm past your left ear. And it might feel good to spiral your heart or your gaze up towards the sky a bit. Good, fill your shape with breath. And then we're gonna round forward. Take your left arm around, swing it around to the back of the mat, half splits, right shin back. Go halfway lift, pull your outer left tush back, and then fold from here. There's literally nowhere to push to because you've already arrived, right? So what's it like to meet your body where it is? Start to rebend your left knee, plant your hands, sweep your left leg up and back. You bend your knee, stretch up through the knee. Left leg extends behind. Step your left foot forward. Take your time. High lunge. Deep breath in. Hands down, left leg up and back into the sky. Knee to your right tricep. Thread it through, fallen triangle. Right arm past your right ear. Stay as long as you like and then drop your tush to the earth. Legs wide. Side bend, right arm over your right leg. Reach your left arm up and over. Lift up, we'll take it into a twist. Right arm swings back. You could even tuck your right hand in your left hip crease. My arm isn't quite that long today. Left hand outside your right thigh. Inhale, find length. Exhale, spiral open. through center. Left arm over the left leg. Reach your right arm up and over for a side bend. Inhale to lift up, turn to the left, right hand outside your left thigh, and left hand can reach back as far as feels good. Around to the front when you're ready, swing your left leg, step it over your right thigh. Left hand behind you, inhale, reach your right arm up, and twist to the left again. And when you're ready, we'll take the half frog leg. So left leg comes back behind. You've kind of got a right angle there. I can feel it in my left hip flexor. And you can experiment. You can fold in between the legs, or you could turn towards the right leg and fold over that. Inhale to slowly rise up. Swing your left leg around, shake it out. Good. Bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet together, hold your ankles. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold forward. You could keep a straight back here, or you could deeply round for butterfly pose. Really, like, the gauge is whatever lets your breath deepen the most. Inhale to slowly rise up. Lie all the way down onto your back. Bend your knees, roll back. And then again, we're just going to open the knees out to the side for a Supta Baddha Konasana on the back. So just take a moment to feel into that. This is such a beautiful and open resting space. You might stay right here. If you like, you can interlace your fingers behind your head. Press the feet together. You could stay right here as well. You could take a deep breath in, lengthen through your spine and toes, and then exhale, lift your shoulders and lift your feet away from the earth. Feet continue to press into each other. Inhale, lower the head, lower the feet, slow as you can. Exhale, rounding in around your center. Inhale, release. Exhale. Inhale, stretch. Exhale. Hugging around the midline. Inhale, expand out. Exhale. Draw in. Stay here for a breath. Stay for the exhale. Release back when you're ready. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Hold the back of your thighs. Start to rock. We're rocking up to chair pose. Take your time. Hands come to your heart. Take a big inhale, lengthen, and then twist to the left. Feel your tailbone soften back so your heart can reach up and forward. On your next inhale, stand tall. Hug your right knee in towards your chest, arms up. Warrior 3. Hands to heart or by your side. When your foot's ready to meet the earth, warrior 1 in your feet. And reach your arms up. Good. Take a full breath in. Exhale all the way down, high plank. Deep breath, lengthen. You could hold or lower down. Heart open, inhale. Exhale, stretch back, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Out through your mouth, exhale. Stretch your right leg up and back. Knee to your left tricep, fallen triangle. Thread it through. Lift your left arm.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
He's just very present with us today. Left hand down to the earth. Pick your right knee up. Squeeze it in towards your nose. And step your right foot forward. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Open your arms wide. Left arm up. Right hand down, or whatever feels good. Good. The right arm is going to lead us up and forward to twist. Left hand down, right arm up. Good. Hand down. Drop your back knee. Inhale to sweep both arms up. Low lunge. And cactus your elbows. Tuck your back toes if you haven't already. Find length through your center. When you're ready, we're going to launch forward to revolved half moon. Left hand down, left leg up. Down into a crouch. Hands together, knees together. Unwrap, half moon. Big inhale. Step back, warrior 2. Flip your palms, exalted warrior. Soften into the bend in your right knee. Maybe left arm reaches around your low back for a half bind. You could stay right here. You could take the half bind. You could launch for a variation of Chapasana, stepping onto the right foot. Left arm is wrapped around the low back, and you could bend your left knee and reach with your right hand for your left foot. If this doesn't expand in your body, it means it's limiting, so let it go. Try something different. Good, take your time, chair pose when you're ready. Feel both feet on the earth. Soften your jaw. Good, forward fold, let it go. Walk your feet out hips width or even wider, halfway lift. And fold in any arm variation that feels right for you. Give yourself some space to rock forward and back and side to side a little bit. We're gonna stand tall, hug your right knee in towards your chest. Good, eagle pose, right leg over, right arm under. Standing splits to unwrap. Step your right foot all the way back. Drop your right knee. Half splits again to straighten your left leg. You could stay with that. You could sit all the way back on top of your right heel and fold over your left leg. Or you could extend your left heel forward, right knee back. Give yourself the blessing of a deep, full cleansing breath. That's like full permission for your body to release what it's ready to. Good. If you extend it out, you can start to scoop your left heel in, rebend your left knee, tuck your back toes, sweep your left leg up and back. Bend your knees, stack your hips. If you want to flip your dog, you can. You can hold it right there or even wild thing. Unflip when it's time. Left leg up and back. Knee to right tricep underneath you. Fallen triangle. Good. Take your time to bring your right hand down. Squeeze your left knee in towards your nose. And then step your left foot forward. High lunge. Good. Skandasana to the back of the mat. The arms can open. Left hand down, right arm up and back. And then the left arm is going to lead you as you come forward. Left arm lifts, right hand down, twist open. Good. Left hand down when you're ready. Drop your right knee. Low lunge. Sweep your arms up. And you could cactus your elbows or interlace fingers behind your head, or even reverse prayer behind your heart. tuck your back toes gently. Find your tall spine. And when you're ready, we're gonna launch forward to revolved half moon. Hands together, knees together. Unwrap, left hand down now. Half moon. Space through the back of your neck and heart. Whenever you feel ready, warrior two. Step it back. Flip your palms. Exalted warrior. And just check out if that lift is coming from the neck, which for me it was. So can you soften the shoulders and jaw and let the lift actually come from behind the heart? The head and neck are an extension of that. Maybe a half bind around your low back here. Take a deep breath in and launch to half moon. With the option, if it feels playful, to reach left hand to your right foot for a Chapasana variation. Good chair pose when you're ready to find the earth with both feet. And forward fold. Walk your feet out. You could interlace fingers at your low back or walk up onto your palms. Lengthen through your spine on an inhale. And exhale, soften. Sometimes it can feel nice to bend your knees, re-extend a bit, and then soften back down into the fold. Take as much time as you like here. When you're ready, we're going to stand tall, arms up, left knee in towards the chest. Setting up for eagle pose. Left leg wraps over. Left arm could wrap under or do something really different. Spine can stay tall, or you can curl in and around your solar plexus here. When you get the cue to unravel, go for it, standing splits. Spread out through your pinky toe and the outer edge of your right heel. And then splits pose on the earth, any variation. Step your left foot back. You can bend and straighten a couple times. Stay for as long as you're getting into something good. When you feel ready, you can scoop your right heel in And we'll sweep the right leg up and back. Maybe bend your knee, maybe flip dog. On the flip. Both feet to the earth. Inhale, ripple forward to high plank. Exhale, slow lower all the way down onto your belly. Cobra pose, lift up. Exhale to lower, hands down by your sides, palms face the earth. Just feel your heartbeat against the floor here. Right where you are, keeping your breath steady. You could rest on the earth or lift up to locust pose. And just taking the next minute or so to lift and lower in your own timing. Locust pose, bow pose, sphinx pose, any combination. Check out what's happening in your jaw and your neck. Can your breath really fill that part of your shape? An opportunity to practice the resting. And the pause that allows for something new to begin, as opposed to the pause that feels like we're missing out on something. Coming to rest on your belly when it feels like time. And we'll set up for a shoulder opener together. You'll stretch your left arm out to the left, either making a right angle with your elbow or stretching it all the way out. Plant your right hand by your right side and then bend your right knee. Reach your right foot back behind you. Lots of ways to modify this. You can put a block under your left ear, put a pillow underneath your toes. You could even stretch your top leg straight behind you for a different kind of hip flexor stretch. Whenever you feel ready, you could slowly start to melt your right leg along, come back onto your belly. And we'll thread the right arm on top of the left. You can kind of look up here to see if you're not sure. Mine crosses at about the elbows, but depending on how you're shaped, your arms might be reaching more or less out to the side. It's perfect. You can tuck your toes and just move so that your chest is kind of resting on top of the arms and your head can soften towards the earth a bit. Deep stretch for the back of the heart and the back of the shoulder blades. And then take your time to gently unwrap. And you'll stretch your right arm out to the right or bend at a right angle. Plant your left hand. And rolling over to reach your left foot back behind you. Slowly, when it feels like time, you can elongate your left leg, come back onto your belly. This time we'll thread left arm on top of right, or whatever way you didn't do last time. You can tuck your toes, move a little bit forward, and relax your torso over the arms. When it feels like time, you can gently unwrap and reach your arms back behind you, either to interlace the fingers for locust or to clasp your ankles for bow pose. Take your time to rise up. Big belly breath in. exhale to soften and release. Windshield wiper your legs side to side. Stretch back when you're ready to child's pose. And just feel into the rounding, the curve of the lower back. And you could choose from here to stay right where you are and keep breathing. You could take dolphin pose or Pinchamayurasana. Or if headstand is feeling like a nourishing part of your practice today, you can interlace your fingers and make an open triangle with your forearms, cradling the back of your head with your hands. If you're new to headstand, perfect, right? You can tuck your toes and play around with walking your toes in closer and just taking some weight into the head and balancing it out with pressing down through the arms. If you want to, you can play with one heel at a time, lifting up towards your tush. Counter pose when you're ready is camel pose. So standing tall on the shins, hands to your lower back, or cactus your elbows, lifting up through your spine, soften your throat and your forehead. Rise up when you're ready. Bring your hands out in front of you. Tuck your toes and stretch back to downward facing dog. Sweep your right leg up and back into the sky. Underneath the body for fallen triangle one more time. If this time, if you want to, you could lift your right foot away from the earth. You could even reach down, to clasp your right foot with your left hand and stretch your left leg forward. As I just demonstrated, you're very close to the earth, so if you release it, perfect. It's right there for you. Deep breaths here. Good, soft jaw, right knee to nose. Step your right foot forward, triangle pose. Stretch the right leg straight, sweep your left arm up. Inhale to rise up to exalted triangle. Legs stay straight, reach your right arm up and back. And then take your time, find your way to triangle pose again. This time, if you like, left arm past your left ear, maybe right arm past your right ear. And slowly bend your right knee. You're moving to extended side angle. You could keep the arms as is or change them. Exalted warrior, lift up. Windmill down, peel up onto the ball of the back foot, twist open to the right. Left heel up, right arm up. Good, right hand to the earth, and you can choose lizard pose or pyramid pose. Whatever feels right for you. A hip stretch, a hamstring stretch. You could sway between the two. Actually, we're all gonna bend the front knee. So if you're not in lizard already, rebend that front knee. Plant your left hand, setting up for side plank, outer edge of the left foot. You could loop your right big toe. You could step your right foot halfway or all the way back. Chaturanga or downward facing dog. Whatever feels good for your body here. And a big exhale out. Stretch your left leg up and back. Underneath the body. Fallen triangle. One more time. Maybe picking up your left foot. Maybe not. When you're ready, your right hand will come down the left knee to nose. Step your left foot forward. Stretch for triangle pose. Press down into both feet. Lift all the way up for exalted triangle. And then reach long through your ribs. Triangle. Maybe right arm past your right ear. Maybe left arm extends. When you feel ready, you can bend your left knee and feel into extended side angle. Exalted warrior, left arm lifts. Windmill down, twist to the left, right heel up, left arm up. Left hand down to the earth, you choose pyramid, lizard pose, or something else that your body's calling for on this side. Maybe something really different that your body's asking for, from left to right. Whenever you feel ready, you'll rebend the left knee if it's not bent yet. Bump your right hand out to the right and set up for some variation of side plank. Downward facing dog, chaturanga, whatever your body needs here. When you lift your heels, you can bend your knees, hop through, lie all the way onto your back, grab your block or your pillow or whatever kind of support you have. Hug your knees in, take a little rock side to side. Bridge pose or wheel pose. If you like, you could come with me in supported bridge, block underneath the low back, and experimenting with opening the hip flexors by stretching one or both legs long across the mat. I find that when my low back is feeling really tight, 2 legs extended is too much to start. So it can feel good to start with one and then the other. And then maybe see where the body invites you. You can stay in one variation or release, come down to rest, and then maybe set up for another variation. Take your time here, release whenever it feels right. You can stretch your legs straight up towards the sky and flex your toes back towards you. And then just kick through your feet and legs, shake it out. Wiggle any stagnant energy that's been holding there. Coming all the way down. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. And pull it across your body for a twist. Scoot your bottom hip back. Left hand can come down and forward, right arm can reach up and back. We're going to keep rolling to the left to come up towards the back of the mat, Sphinx pose with a half frog leg. So the right flipper is out to the right. Yeah. And you can pad with a block or a blanket under your right thigh. You can flex your right foot. Spread your fingers and draw your heart forward a little bit. breath in to lengthen up through your spine. And then stretch your left arm long. Roll back onto your back. Wiggle around a little bit if you need. And we'll hug left knee and right leg long. Hug it in for a moment. And then pull your left knee across your body. Scoot your right hip back. Left arm stretches up and back. Bring it into the spiral coming up from your right foot, up along the low back and the ribs, out through your left fingertips. Just feel into the flow that's moving through you. Then when you feel ready, you can keep rolling to the left. Setting up for half frog with the left leg and sphinx pose with the arms. Deep breath in, Warrior Arm. And stretch your right arm long, roll back onto your back. Wiggle around as you need. You could squeeze your knees in and take another happy baby pose, or wrap your hands around the outer edges of your feet and pull your toes towards your nose. And then finding your landing place for Shavasana. Whatever that looks like. Legs over the couch, legs up the wall, supported with a bolster underneath your legs. See if you can let yourself be held and carried by the spaciousness that you've been breathing into the room this whole practice. can that actually come up to meet you from beneath? And honor whatever your rituals of rest are, even if they're to go through the list first, right? Or whatever need be. Give yourself space to do that. You don't just have to be one thing. Anxiousness, nervousness, stress, worry can coexist with deep peace, deep rejuvenation, as long as there's not judgment about either side. Give yourself as much time as feels right to rest, to soften in. And when you're ready, you can start to roll over onto one side and find your way up to a seat. We got a lot of water cards today. A whole bundle of them fell out of the deck. And the first one is the frog. along with the otter and the stingray. But today I'll share with you the reading for the frog. The frog represents clearing and cleansing and healing. The frog and the water element are almost inseparable. The frog spends its first months of life entirely within this healing element and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, their need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished, so it's vital that such sensitive creatures practice deep self-care. This carve serves as a reminder that water helps us cleanse, forgive, and release. Time to dive in. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. So when this is out of balance, we feel depleted or like we're running on empty. And when it's in balance, we feel clear energy and an enthusiasm and vigor for life. And to bring into balance is to be with water, right? Whatever that looks like for you. Yeah. I think that really says all we need to say, right? In the end, I think there's probably very few of us that aren't in some way feeling thirsty right now, right? Thirsty for nourishment, thirsty for connection, thirsty for joy. So I think it's really sweet, like I found last week, that message of Shmita, of deep rest, after I was calling in deep rest. It's like sometimes we get the card that we already know. It's not a new piece of information. Instead, it's a reinforcement that the universe is listening and that we are listening to the universe, right? That what we're carrying in our own container is a reflection of something that is much bigger. We're holding threads for the collective. And in the process, we are deeply held because it means that we're not the only ones who are in that place. So I hope that offers you a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of a sense of connection, even in the midst of feeling the thirst, right? And I offer you this as just a deep invitation from my heart that needs it to your heart that needs it, to honor the cycles that you're in right now, to honor what is available in those pauses where we immerse ourselves. We were all born from water, right? And it's a sweet reminder when we return back to it of our natural and innate state of joy and pleasure. So I'm going to turn the